man in the country illegally cut his boss's head off at a Dallas motel. I want to play the details of that, about what happened, and then get into his immigration status. Let's check it out.
And developing this morning is a story that is really shaking a North Texas community. And I want to send you a warning that some of these details are very, very difficult to hear.
Absolutely. So tenants at an East Dallas motel say they watched in horror as a man attacked a worker with a machete. Matt Howerton has more on this gruesome murder, and we are learning more about the suspect.
In 2017, the face of Yordanis Cabos Martinez was introduced to news audiences in California, arrested and later convicted of trying to steal a woman's car while naked with her still in it. On September 10th, 2025 in East Dallas.
Never heard him argue with no one, cuss no one out, nothing. Be just clean and go.
Martinez's face being seen again, but for something even more disturbing at this motel where he cleaned rooms like Kim Sheffield's.
I couldn't believe it. I'm still at a loss for words.
Police saying Martinez attacked and beheaded a coworker, a 50-year-old named Chandra Nagamalia, who Kim simply knew as Bob the manager.
I like the fact that he always made sure we were all taken care of. We were all good.
He is actually cutting someone's head off.
911 calls came in early this morning. Guests saying Martinez was seen attacking Nagamalia with a machete.
Start arguing, something not being done right in the room.
Stephanie Elliott saw it all, telling our Cole Sullivan the attack lasted several minutes, slash after slash.
Just kept hitting until he decapitated him. He kicked the head.
And you see that guy's eyes when she said that? He was even in shock.
Kicked the head. And then he picked it up, and then he threw it in the trash can.
Elliott says Martinez then left, arrested a block away.
Kicked his head and threw it in the trash. What in the world? This is crazy. This guy is 37 years old. Looks like he's about 46. I'm telling you, these criminals always look much older than they actually are, at least in a lot of cases. But this is crazy stuff right here.
Way police say our cameras capturing the machete believed to have been used in the attack on the ground. An area photographer captured this of Martinez handcuffed, covered in blood. Fast forward to now, aside from an argument heard by guests, no motive has been released yet in this incident.
So this feels very out of character.
Very.
And Martinez's criminal past unknown to those he often saw, like Sheffield, it pales in comparison to this new capital murder charge and the gruesome details surrounding it. In Dallas, I'm Matt Howerton.
And developing this morning.
So those were the horrifying details of what happened. I want to play the immigration part of this now.
Fox 4 News is tonight taking a closer look at the circumstances that allowed an illegal immigrant and convicted criminal to remain in the country despite efforts to get him out. The Cuban national is now charged with capital murder for a gruesome machete attack this week at a Dallas motel. Fox 4's Alex Boyer joining us live with a closer look at that. Alex.
Hey, Steve, and I can tell you that the suspect remains here in the Dallas County Jail. You know, today we learned new details about why the Cuban national was not deported after serving time in a California jail, despite the fact that there was a federal immigration order in place. Theoretically, 37-year-old Yordanis Cabos Martinez should not have been in the United States when police say he beheaded his boss at a Dallas motel Wednesday morning. The already once convicted Cuban national had been on an immigration detainer when he was released from a California jail on January 13th of this year after serving time for carjacking.
And who was still in office January 13th?
A woman in South Lake Tahoe while he was naked. But under the Biden administration, who was still in power at the time, he was released due to Cuba not wanting him back.
A country has to actually have a formal agreement with the United States or an informal agreement, either way, saying that they'll receive their deportees back.
We asked attorney Eric Cedillo to help explain what happened, especially because during his second term, President Trump has ordered deportations to a range of third-party countries, from El Salvador to South Sudan and Rwanda, all willing to take them.
It's probably true to suggest that if this had happened more recently, he probably would be sent to a third country as opposed to being released, out into the country. So it's a situation where, timing had a lot to do with it.
In cases where,
Yeah, because back then you had a president who didn't really prioritize deporting, people in the illegal aliens out of the country, or especially extremely violent criminals like this who commit these heinous crimes.
where a defendant like Cobos Martinez is in and out of jail, there are a lot of moving parts, from the police to the prosecutors and courts, that can complicate his custody status. But a statement from the Department of Homeland Security puts the blame squarely on the previous administration's policies, saying in part, this gruesome savage slaying of a victim at a motel by Jordanis Cobos Martinez was completely preventable if this criminal illegal alien was not released by the Biden administration because Cuba would not take him back, adding that President Trump and Secretary Noem are no longer allowing barbaric criminals to indefinitely remain in America. Cedillo says Cobos Martinez would likely be deported to a third-party country now, but he first has to answer to the murder charge here in Dallas, so immigration status may end up being a moot point.
In this situation, they're looking at, a situation where this individual may never get out of jail. He'll probably be doing time here in the United States for the rest of his life.
And we just learned minutes ago from a court official that the suspect is being held on a $1 million bond. Still, he will not get out because of that new immigration hold. Steve?
All right, Alex.
Yeah, this guy should have no bond. This guy, make it $1 billion. Make it $1 billion at least. This guy should have no opportunity to get out of jail. And yeah, his most likely he'll be doing prison time the rest of his life. So, look, I don't care. I mean, keep this guy behind bars. If you can't deport him, he has to do time here first. Fine. Keep this guy away from society, because this is some sick stuff. And I have details from a woman who lived there, who was staying at the motel. She describes what happened.
Believe that someone's been that close to you after what happened today?
I couldn't believe it. I'm still at a loss for words.
That you couldn't believe that this had happened.
Not at all. Not at all. Because he didn't, the person that did it didn't seem like he's capable of doing that.
Oh.
Very quiet, cleaned the rooms, went home. That was it. And the guy that was killed, he was nice, was about business, stayed out the way, didn't cause anyone no harm. So
yeah,
that was crazy.
Again, we mentioned about just like what it would take to actually decapitate somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that goes to a different level of understanding how crazy this is.
Yeah, very calculated, very thought out. Yeah. So that had to have been built up.
I mean, yeah, for you to have a machete ready to go, I mean, who knows what kind of anger this guy had built up towards this manager. But think about that. He didn't just shoot him or run him over with a car. This guy cut his head off. Think about that. That's some horror type stuff.
And they said he had a machete. Did you ever see him with that before? No?
Hell no. I wouldn't be here. I would have left. No, I never seen him with a machete. No weapon, period.
How long have you been here, Kim, by the way?
3 months.
3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So the manager's name's Bobby?
Bob something. I don't know his last name.
Okay.
We just called him Bob.
Just seems like again, like you said, he's all about business. Probably wanted to make sure everybody had their rent paid.
Always. Make sure everybody was taken care of.
Yeah. And the other guy, what can you tell me about the suspect?
Quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet, clean, and that was it. I never even really heard him talk. I know he spoke Spanish.
Uh-huh.
That was it.
But he would clean rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been in your room.
Yeah. He's cleaned all of our rooms.
And can you believe that someone's been that close to you after what happened today?
I couldn't believe it. I'm still at a loss for words. Nothing was off, you guys. Nothing. That's why I said it's unexpected. You wouldn't expect that to happen.
Nothing comes to mind.
Nothing. Never heard him argue with no one, cuss no one out, nothing. He just clean and go home.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this feels very out of character.
Very. Very. But again, we don't know what happened or what was said between him and Bob. We don't know. I don't know.
Gotcha.
What was most memorable about
Bob? Yeah, the victim.
Like I said, I like the fact that he always made sure we were all taken care of. We were all good. I was saying it was just quiet. He wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't a bad guy at all.
Keep staying here? Yeah, are you going to continue sticking around?
You just asked me the same thing. Honestly, after my last couple days, because I'm paid up for the week, I don't know. It's convenient because it's not too far from where I work. I work downtown.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, it would be hard to. I mean, it's not like this guy's going to get out of jail. But the fact that you're so close to something like that happening is traumatizing, to be in the same motel or space where this man literally kicked the guy's head like a soccer ball and threw it in the trash can. That would traumatize me, knowing that that happened right where I live. This is crazy stuff. But she said it's convenient for her for where she works, so she have to, but she's thinking about leaving, so that's a decision she has to make. Even for me, just being, I live in DFW, so that happening here, I mean, these types of things can happen anywhere because you have barbaric criminals, illegal or not, all over the country. This guy's wreaking havoc. In California, trying to carjack a woman when he had no clothes on, then he comes out here and beheaded his boss. I mean, wild stuff. Yeah, so these are the types of people that were let out to the streets under the Biden administration. And I'm just glad that a lot of criminals are being taken out of the country because this is unacceptable. And the more people that we get out who are the worst of the worst, those people have to go first. So the more people we get out of the country like that, like this, the safer our country will be. And that's the way he started, just getting them out of here. Just get them out, lock them up. Prosecute them for these wild crimes that they commit. It's unfortunate and it's very sad for the man's family and the man himself. Apparently he was a nice guy. And yeah, I feel bad for the people there too who lived there or who were staying there and saw this happen. One guy said that he saw him, he was running for his life, saying, please don't, please don't. And this guy was chasing after him. So, and his wife and kids saw it as well. His family saw this happen. Just horrific, barbaric, animalistic behavior by this guy. So yeah, I will leave that right there. And I will see you in the next one. Hopefully I will never have to report on stuff like this again happening here in DFW or anywhere else. All right, take care.